All right, hello and welcome to the video. My name is Wade Smith. In this video, I'm going to discuss what my training regimen was whenever I was 20 years old before I got sick. I started getting sick around 24 years old and became medically disabled certainly by the time I was 26 to 29 years old due to a combination of type 2 diabetes and transischemic attacks or near strokes, which I've had at least four of them. Two of them are well documented and two of them are not. Um, But before all that, I used to be an elite martial artist whenever I was 20 years old and had been training for years and years, 6 years in a row, martial arts. So what was I training? Well, in terms of the gym or dojo, uh, let's see, I was doing 5 hours per week of cardio kickboxing, advanced cardio kickboxing in the gym on a heavy bag, working combinations and power punches and power kicks on a heavy bag for an hour at a time. That burns about 1,000 calories an hour, by the way. Um, and then 2 hours per night, 5 days per week of traditional karate, which traditional karate is Okinawan karate, which is Isshinryu Karate, which we do our basics as a warm up, and we do 200 push ups every day as a warm up, 10 sets of 20 push ups every day as a warm up, and 200 jumping jacks and 200 jump squats or jump lunges as a warm up. And and then in class you do kumite, which is where you practice at demonstration speed the new techniques that the instructor is teaching. This is what people don't get. Kumite is not meant to be real combat. It's meant to teach technique at demonstration speed so you don't accidentally hurt one another while you're learning the technique. Sparring is for pressure testing, and combat is combat. There's a difference, all right? But Kumite is not meant to be real sparring, and some of these people who are against traditional martial arts don't know what the heck they're talking about. Um, the basic strikes and basic grappling of Isshinryu Karate and Japanese Jiu Jitsu are things like bone breaks and eye gouges and throat jabs and groin kicks and liver punches and lung puncturing punches under the armpit and things like that are considered basic techniques in Isshinryu Karate. All right. Um, your straight punch should be so powerful that it will break your opponent's ribs if you hit ribs when you throw it. At least bare knuckle and with no gloves. Uh, so basically, warm up about 30 minutes of kumite, 30 minutes of grappling class, 30 minutes of kata and bunkai class, and then 30 minutes of full contact sparring in all in a gym. At home, I was doing close to 200 sit-ups in the gym as well. At home, I was doing another 100 push-ups per day in two sets of 50 at home, and doing 20 pull-ups and running a mile and a half every day, and twirling a 15-pound metal pipe for 30 minutes every day, about 15 minutes one way and 15 minutes the other way, to build up wrist and forearm and grip strength for submissions. Trying to think of what else I did every day. Of course, I worked on my kata every day, but and then like kata is not a fight, and kata also should is actually overemphasized in traditional martial arts. I will admit that. But bunkai is for fights. All right. So you don't memorize a kata to fight by kata, but you do have bunkai in the kata that is intended for individual techniques to be used in a fight. But I say just teach the bunkai and try instead of trying to memorize 100 moves in a specific sequence, which is what threw me off about kata. That's the only reason I never got my black belt, is I couldn't memorize the long sequences of kata. Uh, you know, since we also learned Japanese jiu-jitsu, which we also learned Gracie jiu-jitsu in the Japanese jiu-jitsu fighting style, but what I learned is better than Gracie jiu-jitsu half the time, and it's just exactly as good but different than Gracie jiu-jitsu the other half of the time. And I don't know how else to tell people that for street self-defense anyway. And it's no worse than Gracie Jiu Jitsu, even in a cage match. One reason you don't see people go into cage matches in Okinawa Karate is we don't have anything to prove. I've won every self defense situation I've been in since the seventh grade.